coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming.
Hello and welcome back to Friends in Low Places, the podcast where four midlife men try to navigate Christmas with sore backs, short patience, unrealistic expectations, and memories of when presents only needed two AA batteries and not a 240-page IKEA-style manual. That's what it feels like today for me, anyway. Welcome, guys. A quick reintroduction, maybe. We have Mike.
Thanks, Shai. Mike Carroll, resident of Limerick.
Yep.
I'm an expat of Tipperary, and I'm back for episode 3.
Fantastic.
Delighted to be here.
Living in Clare, County Tip. How's everybody doing? Looking forward to Christmas, I hope.
And Niall Devitt, based in Dublin, originally from Tip, missed episode 2, but back for episode 3. So hello, everyone.
Very happy to have you back, Niall. And Sean, from originally from Tipperary, based in Belgium. A land far, far away. Anyway, guys, it's Christmas time, almost. So tonight we're going to dive into the best and worst of Christmas. So we're going to take a look at movies and music and Christmas dinner and food and toys, of course, and bring back some memories. So the magic, the misery, and the midlife perspective that changes absolutely everything with Christmas. And what does Christmas mean to us now, and what did it used to mean to us? So let's get cracking. The best and worst things about Christmas. Niall, some stats.
How are you, Shawnee? Yeah, so obviously, as you know, folks, I'm at best probably lukewarm on Christmas. So rather than me sound like a moany hole about it, I just wanted to get a little bit of context to see how people feel about it more generally, so to speak. So these are Irish stats, but I'm assuming they're fairly reflective of the UK and kind of elsewhere. So 4 out of 5 people say they look forward to Christmas, with 2/3 saying that the thing that they look forward to the most is spending time with family. Half of Irish people say the build-up to Christmas is stressful, and I'd say the next point is part of the reason for that. So per person, Ireland sits at the higher end of European Christmas spending. The average adult spends over €1,000, meaning that December is by far the most expensive month of the year for Irish households. And the next two surprised me a little bit, I suppose you would say. Well, certainly the last one. So over 60% of Irish adults visit the pub over Christmas, and nearly half of Irish people attend a religious service at Christmas, which was the one I was particularly surprised about. I didn't think it would be that high. So I suppose the way I thought to kick this off, folks, I don't know if you remember the old leave insert. They mark it differently nowadays, but basically you got out of 100% or you got a grade. So I wanted to just go around and get you guys to give Christmas a grade and just tell us why you gave it that particular grade, i.e. the good points and the bad points. So kind of a quick fire round, so to speak. So starting with yourself, Aaron.
What grade would I give Christmas? Oh God. I like the actual when it's here, but the weeks coming up are very stressful. Financially, and all the bits and bobs that go with it. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, maybe something like that.
Okay, and what are the good points and the bad points then? You mentioned the bad points. What about the good points?
Good points, obviously, is a bit of time off work, catching up with old friends, family, just doing stuff you normally don't have time to be doing. So that's probably the good points, yeah.
Okay, yourself, Mike?
I think I'm a closet Christmas fan, to be honest with you.
At least we have one on it.
John, I maybe that's an age thing. Maybe it's something that comes with age, but I'm actually looking forward to Christmas. Not into the whole decorations, all that. I just like the time around with family, and even just dealing with people professionally. You know what I mean? It's everybody's in a different kind of vibe around Christmas time. Everybody's a bit more relaxed. You see a little bit more of the natural side of people, I think. So yeah, I think I'm a bit of a closet Christmas fan.
Anything you
if
don't
my wife had her
enjoy?
way, she'd be putting up Christmas decorations the minute Halloween's finished, you know. So we always have this ongoing battle every year. So that's a little bit of downside of it. But all in all, I actually struggle to see negativity in it these days.
Fair play. And yourself,
Yeah.
Shawnee?
Wow, Mr. Positive Mike.
Yeah.
I'll be the Grinch on this one then. I it would be like a C plus if we're doing grades, or maybe 6 out of 10. I start with the negative stuff. Chris, it starts way too early.
100%.
Halloween doesn't get a sniff anymore. I mean, Halloween comes and the Halloween things are down, and people are putting up Christmas stuff already. So
Yeah.
I'm already annoyed in November when I see Christmas stuff, and we're not even in December. That's my main pet hate. What I do like about it, back to what you said, Mike, the atmosphere in the office is very cool. It's everybody's just chilled, and there's there's always food, and we have mulled wine and all that sort of stuff, and I suppose I'm with the majority of that statistic. Spending time with the kids, it's becoming a kind of harder thing to do now that they're getting older. But these couple of days will be, they will be around, so we will be able to have some fun and things like that.
And anything that you particularly enjoy about it then, Shawnee? Anything that you absolutely love?
Mulled wine.
Mulled wine. I love it. My mother used to always make a Christmas cake, and I've carried on that tradition. So I make a Christmas cake every year, and
Rather you than me now, man.
And it's become fairly popular over here. I know my brother-in-law likes it, and a few of the lads from the band like it. So now I'll probably find myself making 2 or 3 of them now every year. So that I enjoy. Then I think definitely I know it's Christmas. I start making the cake. So that I love.
Well done, Shawnee. Fair play.
So the grades are in, folks, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Mike is an A, Aaron is a B, Shawnee's a C, and I'm probably a D plus, if I'm honest about it. I think it's about the same grade as I got in French in my leaving, Shawnee, if I remember correctly. For me, myself and Aisling got married there recently. There's very few things that cause stress or arguments in our relationship, but Christmas is certainly one of them for sure.
Is Aisling about into this too? Christmas?
Yeah, she's very enthusiastic about it. She give Mike a run for his money there.
All right. Brilliant. Yeah.
So what's up next, Shawnee?
Has Christmas become more stressful as adults the older you get? Do you find?
Yeah. Didn't cost you any money as a kid.
Yeah, it's definitely stressful. I mean, it's the cost of everything, and you're supposed to have this done and that done by a certain date, and it's not all bad, but it is a stressful time for people, just trying to get everything organised. So
yeah,
it's a lot of effort, all right, for what realistically speaking is probably 12 hours of a day on the 25th.
That's true. Except it's the 24th over here.
Except it's
24th in Belgium or France?
Generally on the continent, it's celebrated on the 24th in the evening.
Yeah, my sister in Madrid is the same. Yeah,
as in the Christmas dinner, Shawnee. Yeah. Okay.
So it's and the presents.
Okay.
So kind of like the 25th is kind of like St. Stephen's Day over here.
Wow.
It's to kind of come down, and then everything is done on the 24th.
Wow. That took a bit of getting used to, did it?
I tell you, when you're sitting down to a 6-hour dinner on Christmas Eve,
6 hours,
you're getting into bed with a belly full of food and wine. It's a hard night's sleep, I tell you.
Yeah. There's a certain amount of gluttony involved, alright, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's Christmas Eve over here. That's when they like to do it. Yeah, you get used to it though. But anyway, let's move on. The best and worst from your childhood Santa toys.
Well,
Mike.
Let's see, where do we start with that? Toys in general, I suppose. Well, we're at an age where we're long past toys. I'd say we're all probably looking forward to our yearly restock of jocks and socks. Probably, maybe the odd jumper or two. But of times of old, when we were growing up, I suppose we look back at the toys that we received from Santa. We have to be careful about our age group listeners.
I can't imagine
What's
there's
your
too many
fondest memory? What's your Aaron probably has some.
I'd say we're safe enough on that.
I
Maybe
probably had
so,
them next door on the shelf, Mike, yeah.
Yeah, Elf on the Shelf, yeah. So what would you have said, guys, is your fondest memory of a Christmas toy you received? Can you remember that excitement of Christmas morning, waking up at 6 a.m, running down, and the thing that you wanted was under the tree? Maybe
Definitely
we can have a
for me, it
whip
would be a
around.
Hornby train set I got years ago. That was the big thing. It was a massive thing back in the day. and
What
it was
age were you in about?
9 or 10, I'd say.
Okay. I remember
Then I
getting
just
a
kept buying bits
BMX.
that onto it, big into it. So yeah, it was a big deal, yeah. So
BMX when I was about 7 or 8, and I also got, I remember I was a little bit older, was an Atari 2600, which is a very early console. That was serious. Ironically, and he possibly won't thank me for telling this story, I didn't ask for surprises. I'm not big into surprises. But Rory, my brother, used to regularly ask for a surprise, and they were hit and miss, to say the least. But one year he asked for a surprise, and he got a typewriter. And I don't know if he is, but I'm still surprised about that. I never worked it out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Has he put it to good use?
No, I think he maybe typed a couple of things on Christmas Day, but after that, I think I don't know, charity shop.
This present sucks.
Yeah.
he typed it 411%. That's what he did with it.
Yeah, it was a very peculiar one for sure.
Couldn't imagine listening to a typewriter going off on Christmas Day with a little bit of a hangover. Tick, tick,
Yeah.
tick, 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 in the
And
background.
ironically, even as a kid, I was somewhat lukewarm about Christmas. I wasn't necessarily as enthusiastic about it as my kids or other kids were.
Yeah.
What
What
about
was
you,
that, Sean?
Shawnee and ties?
There's no one toy I can really put my finger on that I say I absolutely love this and brings out a memory on it. I was always happy when I got a Lego, whatever the Lego was. That always kept me happy. But no, there's only one toy I do remember that sticks in my memories. It was a orange Playmobil airplane.
Wow.
Which I have many fond memories of, which I gave to charity, if I remember, with a tear in my eye.
Well done.
That's the only kind of present that really sticks in my mind. But other than that, there's nothing really that sticks out, I would say.
Yeah, so I was just looking up to see what sort of the most popular toys of the 80s and 90s. Would you believe it? The Rubik's Cube.
The Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, and James only got one there recently.
Yeah.
Amazing, they're still going. I could
Yeah.
never follow it. Oh my God.
Made a bit of a comeback. Ironically, Lego went away for a while and then made a massive
Massive return.
comeback
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
So
actually
it's-
still pretty big, I think.
yeah.
They've gotten BMX bikes were up there.
Yeah,
Cabbage
had one.
Patch Kids,
Oh yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the ads for those?
Care Bears, laser tag. I know we would definitely anything to do with shooting or beating the life out of each other. We were definitely fans of that at home.
Yeah, I used to be scared going up to Mikey's out at the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, funny you talk about consoles. Actually, gaming consoles. Nintendo is up there. Game Boys, early Game Boys.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Oh, yeah,
figurines
yeah.
are a massive thing. I know there's a guy on the screen here that has a fairly substantial collection of dinky cars and trucks.
Yeah, still have them outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
Matchbox. Yeah,
Matchbox,
yeah.
yeah. So Power Rangers were in the 90s. Furbies. Do you remember Furbies?
Oh,
So-
God, they used
No
to
idea what that is.
Yeah.
Furbies.
Furbies, yeah. But
Scary little
Lego is a big thing. But, consoles seem to have shifted away. I think, there a couple of years back where there was shortages of getting gaming consoles. I think people have stopped getting them as sort of primary Christmas presents, or maybe I'm wrong, but
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
they kind of get them for birthday presents and communions and confirmations and middle of the year sort of stuff, rather than, which would have, you know, something like a gaming console when we were growing up would have been definitely a top ticket Christmas present to get, you know.
Did any of you guys get up at an obscene time on Christmas morning?
Probably did in the early days, yeah. 5, 6 in the morning, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
No, I was terrible. I was up before that. I was up like 4, maybe. I could never get to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was that excited, and then I would wait till everybody's in bed, everybody's asleep. I'll hear the father snoring. That would be my cue.
Yeah.
And then and our stairs, there was 2 or 3 steps at the top that were creaky. So I was like sticking a classic, trying to be as quiet as possible, and go into the front room, and then at least open one, and then go back up to bed usually.
Oh, very good, yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Okay.
I'd imagine my parents would say different, but in my head, I think probably slept through till 7 a.m. You know?
Yeah.
But maybe they disagree.
I do remember my mother coming down to me one morning to ask me to get up.
On Christmas morning?
Yeah, and she said Santa's after coming and your toys are there, and I do remember going like, what's the panic? Presumably they're still going to be there in an hour's time, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go.
Interesting.
Very
So,
good.
Okay.
Just moving on then, guys, from that. So, like, is there anything else that did you fight over toys on Christmas Day? You know,
Well, I only have one older sister, so no, I was fine.
so you weren't fighting Neva for your Cabbage Patch or her Cabbage Patch dolls or anything.
Maybe I was trying to get her Barbie doll. I can't remember, but no, I don't think so.
Yeah. They and is there anything that you can remember maybe made your Christmas completely amazing?
I can remember the year my brothers got a snooker table.
Oh, wow.
Now, you know where my house is, so it wasn't a full size snooker table, but it was, you know, when you're that young, it's still seemed big.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And putting that up in our bedroom, that we had endless hours of fun at Christmas.
Yeah.
That we played all the time. That was that. Even though it wasn't my present, to go back and think about one gift from the parents when we were kids. But yeah, my brothers got the snooker table. Played it all the time. Brilliant. Best present ever. Yeah, that was fantastic. You know, and you don't have the full length to do the cue in the bedroom, so you're like, you're like this.
Must be an interesting snooker, Shawnee, yeah?
Oh, well, we loved it. I mean, we were kind of convinced that we were at the Crucible, and Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins. The very fond memories of that snooker table.
Very good. Niall, you touched off it briefly there about worst presents. Is there anything that you recall getting that maybe scarred you a little bit for life?
Don't think so.
Nothing I can't think of. No, thank God.
Did anybody
Unless
catch
it was-
Santa delivering the presents? No.
No, don't think so.
No.
In my adult life, I got a jumper once for Christmas from a certain someone, which was hideous to say the least. It was very French type of jumper. Which when I put on, I went downstairs and all the lads were there. Everybody went, "Oh my God!" It was
You'd
like
have to bring it on the pod some night, Sean.
no, got rid of that.
That
Very
got
early.
donated with the jumper or with the
That got-
console to charity.
that got
That's
donated.
secretly why you were so happy, Sean.
Big blue jumper with a big white snowflake in the middle of it.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's thought that counts, they say.
Exactly. Yeah.
The,
I wasn't cool enough to pull off a jumper like that.
So Christmas dinner in Ireland versus Christmas dinner in France, Shawnee, compare and contrast. What's similar, what's different?
Very little is similar.
Okay.
Start. Food is definitely is different. And it goes on for a long time. So my first Christmas dinner, I arrived down in my jeans and t-shirt, and was promptly nudged to go back up and put a shirt and pants on.
Wow.
So, okay, all right, yeah, okay, dressed up for this one. Okay, and then you start with an aperitif, little crisps and champagne and and then you move on to starter, and then you have another course after that, and then you have the fish, and then you have a different bottle of wine for each course.
Oh my God.
And then there's a lot of chat involved, and then they love talking, and you talk about the foods. That's what kind of makes it so long. So it's you take your time, you enjoy the food, and there's no mad rush to get the food down you and leave as quickly as possible. But then they don't do turkey or stuffing.
You never do turkey at all, no? It's unusual.
Is there traditional kind of foods, so to speak?
No, it will depend on the family. Like there's a traditional Christmas cake. It's like a chocolate wooden log type thing. That's how they make it.
Okay.
But then you have fish. It's it could be any type of meat, oysters. Yeah, in fact, I usually start with oysters, and then go on to the fish dish, and then go on to the meat dish, and then have dessert and have cheese, or have cheese and dessert. I always get those two mixed up. Which one's first? But it's quite long. So my first one we were like at least 6 hours.
That sounds like hard going to me now.
at the dinner tables.
I'd lose my mind.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I'd say we'd be lucky to get an hour out of our dinner here, but
So you come down. It's 11:30. You start, and you have the little
11:30 in the morning.
Yeah, pre-aperitif thing, and then you have the oysters, and then each so on and so forth, and then it takes a while to get used to it. And the first one was on Christmas Day, but like I said at the beginning, it's mainly on the 24th. So we've had you start, I don't know, around 6ish maybe. And then you start with the aperitif, and then they open the presents, and then you have some more aperitif, and then you eventually hit the table, and you have the oysters, and then you have fish, and then whatever meat and normal vegetables like you would have. But yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, the French are totally into the food. I mean, it's all about the food.
Yeah.
All about the food, and all about what wine goes with it, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And
like
Mike,
to-
as someone who loves Christmas, do you love Christmas dinner?
I traditionally, I suppose, since we got married, nearly always cook Christmas dinner myself.
Fair play.
Nearly always. I enjoy the cooking part of it. And would be traditional turkey, ham,
Yeah.
mash or Brussels sprouts. Has to be Brussels sprouts. But there's a gruesome story about me and Brussels sprouts from when I was a young fella, and everybody is amazed to this day that I actually am now able to eat Brussels sprouts. But my wife's family would have traditionally had shepherd's pie for Christmas dinner.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Lovely. Love that.
shepherd's pie.
Is that because they dislike turkey and ham, or
Yeah, her mother just never liked it, and they, even to this day, they wouldn't have necessarily turkey and ham. So this year we actually are doing a joint dinner between us, and I'm going, well, I'm cooking the meat because if they want to have shepherd's pie, they can have shepherd's pie. Whatever keeps them happy, but yeah, I like all the trimmings that go with it. In the latter years, kind of stepped away from the starters, so now it becomes like a long morning of cooking for what really seems like everybody sitting down, half eating a dinner, and then going, "Oh, I'm full," you know, and putting
Gotcha.
half their plates into the oven and storing them for later, maybe kind of thing, you know. Timing wise as well, traditionally at home, because we're from a farming background, Christmas dinner was always late, so not till 5 o'clock in the evening on Christmas Day, because traditionally I suppose as we got a little older, you'd get up in the morning, go and tend to livestock, come in and maybe have a little bit of breakfast, and then think about opening a few presents, and dinner would start, and kind of maybe before dinner we'd tip out and finish up a few chores and come in and sit down then for the evening and put the feet up, you know. That was as we became later in our teens, you know.
Yeah, there's also kind of an urban-rural divide there in terms of when people have dinner historically. Rural people tended to have it during the day because obviously they're working and so on and so forth, whereas urban people tended to have it in the evening. And in your house, Aaron, you had 2 vegetarians, if I'm not mistaken. So I can't imagine you had too much turkey and ham either over the years.
No, we were total opposite because Dad was a vegetarian and Neve is a vegetarian. So my mum would have Neve would cook them a nut roast and we'd have like a beef dinner with gravy, peas, roast potatoes, maybe soup to start. It wouldn't be till half 3 or 4 in the day as well. So, and obviously they all did the cooking because I'm not a very good cook, but I would help to clean up. So afterwards.
And to eat it, I'm assuming.
And to eat it, yeah. But I mean, I'd say, like you were saying, 6 hours in front. I'd say, as I said, we look to get an hour, like, because people, it's just, I suppose, the way to do it in Ireland, isn't it? Just get the dinner out.
Ashleen's family would get a good 2 hours out of it now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in fairness, and I'm just not a fan of Christmas dinner. Again, I've never been a fan of Christmas dinner. And I'm talking about your traditional Irish Christmas dinner. I don't get if turkey and ham was so wonderful, why wouldn't we have it more often over the course of the year?
I don't like turkey. I'd have to soak in gravy, but I'd eat it if I got it, but I wouldn't be a big fan.
I find that peculiar.
Some people love it, but
So, best and worst item then on Christmas dinners. You can go Irish and French, Shawnee, because obviously you've experienced both. So, best French, best Irish, worst Irish.
Best French is it's going to sound awfully posh now, but foie gras.
Okay.
So that's duck.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's delicious. Yeah. That on a piece of toast, and you have some sweet white wine. Yeah, you could eat tons of that.
Salterns.
That's the best. Huh?
Salterns. Sweet wine.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
Salterns,
could be.
yeah.
That's the best. The worst French. My mother-in-law is probably going to listen at this some stage, but the worst one she served one time was eel. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That didn't go down well. Not with me anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
eel.
And remembering back to Ireland then and the traditional Irish one, worst.
Well, I was
best.
never a fan of ham, actually.
Yeah, me neither.
I was never a big fan of ham, so I would usually try and score a few more slices of turkey and pass the ham on to someone else. So I'm not a big ham fan. But when Brussels sprouts, I'm a big fan of.
Oh, I have to say, I'd have them bands. They're awful things. Little balls of fury.
Not yours.
No. I once tried to contribute to cooking the Christmas dinner. So what I did is I put the Brussels sprouts in the microwave and I blew them all up. They went everywhere.
Yeah, but
look, I'd eat them, but I wouldn't be a massive fan of them. But some people love them. Like.
Yeah. What about you, Mikey? Best and worst?
I'm going to jump in on the Brussels sprouts there. So in my case, I'd say Brussels sprouts in my latter years is the best. And
Okay.
Brussels sprouts in my younger years was my worst.
That's your new nickname now, Mike. Brussels.
Brussels sprouts. Yeah, we're continuously, myself and Hazel, our oldest daughter, are continuously finding better ways to cook Brussels sprouts.
How many ways can you cook them?
Putting in bacon, putting in breadcrumbs, putting in every sort of thing. You could garlic butter, you name it.
Wow.
Every year we're just trying to get it better and better. Roasting them slightly, so they're really tasty.
That's what I do.
When I was younger, I absolutely detested Brussels sprouts. Couldn't, no way. There's a story which I'll tell you quickly. One probably high stress Christmas dinner at home. You can imagine 5 boys sitting around eating Christmas dinner with the parents. Tensions could be high at times, and sure, we're probably 9 little shits at that stage. I would not eat the Brussels sprouts on my plate, and father was, no, you're not leaving the table now till you reach Brussels sprouts. So all the guys with their dinners out got up.
You wouldn't get away with that nowadays.
No, eat the Brussels sprouts. And I said, no. He said, you're going to have to eat Brussels sprouts. Your mother put loads of time into cooking those. You have to eat Brussels sprouts. I said, fine. I ate it, chewed it, and retched all over the table.
No.
So I was never forced to eat Brussels sprouts after that. And to this day, my parents are amazed that I actually do now eat Brussels sprouts. So,
Wow.
Very good.
That's Brussels
Never
sprouts.
heard that one.
A bit traumatized for them, but I've gotten over it.
Yeah, another. Well, I suppose this is a tradition in lots of households, isn't it? It's not just Asian. Is they sit down after dinner and then they watch TV as a group, as a family, and this is a big, relatively speaking, a big deal.
Yeah.
So I suppose just in terms of TV, music, that type of stuff. So what's your favorite? What's your favourites? What's your least favourites?
Christmas traditions. I was just going to say that before you go on to that we always pull the crackers before the dinner because my mother's birthday is Christmas Day, so that's a tradition in our house. And TV wise, I suppose all the films are replayed every year, aren't they? I mean, for me, The Commitments, I watched that once a year, so it's a great film. We watched that maybe Christmas night when they're all repeated, aren't they? So, we would all try and sit down together and watch something. Yeah, so that's cool.
Music, Aaron? Do you have any favourites?
So much to choose from. I suppose the first song they played on 2FM this year was Fairy Tale New York. It's still a cracking song.
Yeah.
It's then it's, oh God, it's Christmas. Better get doing something. But no, it's a cracking tune. So yeah, that'd be my favourite Christmas tune, yeah.
And what about you, Shawnee? TV and music? Do you have any favourites or least favourites?
Yeah, my favorite Christmas movie is Trading Places.
Okay.
That I'll watch like hundreds of times. I don't know why, but that's always my favorite. That and Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. And maybe Die Hard. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots. I always try and watch one of the older movies. And then for music, I like at this time of year I get really nostalgic for home actually. So I will start listening to Fairy Tale in New York and other Pogue songs as well. And but my favorite Christmas song is it's I'm forgetting the name of it now. Oh Holy Night. You know that one?
Yeah.
You ever doing that in the choir? Yeah. That's my favourite Christmas song. I love hearing the choir sing that. I just think that just brings you back to my childhood and singing in the church and all that. It's love that.
Do you watch TV in France like people do in Ireland? Is it the same? Can't imagine when you're spending 6 hours at dinner, there isn't much time for TV, is there?
I'd be gone to bed after the dinner.
No, the TV would never be on. It would never be on.
Wow.
And sorry, just on that, Johnny, what happens then on Christmas Day, seeing as Christmas dinner is on Christmas Eve? Or is there another dinner on Christmas Eve? Sorry, Christmas Day, obviously, but it's not technically Christmas dinner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the lunch will be big. We'll have more oysters because we won't have ate them all. And then it's usually a big walk somewhere, Well,
Yeah.
not a hike, but there'll be walkings going on, and nowadays we're a bit older, so it's a bit different. But usually we do a big walk, all of us together, depending on where we are. Because for Christmas for us, we usually rotate it, so it's either in the west of France, my parents-in-law, or it's this year it's in Lyon, my brother-in-law's house. That's the east, or it could be his wife's family, which is closer to Brittany. And then the odd time it's in Belgium here. But usually at Christmas Day it'll be more food, more drink, and then try and knock off some of those calories with a big long walk.
And Mike, favourite TV or favourite music?
This is probably where you'll be surprised from a music point of view. I think I'm allergic to Christmas music. The only song that I could half listen to is Driving Home for Christmas. Don't know why.
Good tune.
I think it's possibly because when I was in my 20s and say myself and Anne-Marie would go our separate ways before we were married, maybe I'd be tipping down to Tipperary on Christmas Eve or during daytime. You'd have that hour in the car and maybe you're listening to something like that. I mean, that's the only thing, but the rest of it, I just want to turn it off, to be honest.
It's not heavy enough.
Not
Like,
heavy enough, yeah, exactly. Yeah. From a TV point of view, yeah, definitely. When I was younger, we were all into the sitting room watching something, whatever was on, the Christmas movie after the dinner, probably some form of Die Hard, and somewhere in the middle of that, we'd try and reenact some of it. These days, when the kids were smaller, I suppose, yes, definitely after Christmas dinner, we all sat down and watched some form of animated Christmas thing that they were into, and I most likely fell asleep on the couch. And Christmas nowadays, probably less inclined to do that. We might go our separate ways a little bit after dinner, maybe come back. Sometimes actually what we do is have our dessert a couple of hours afterwards. Just regroup and people have a bit more space. And maybe then we might sit down and watch something together, In the last number of years, I found myself trying to find series to watch, so maybe like watch all of the Die Hards over Christmas. Last year, I made it my mission to watch all of Indiana Jones.
wow.
Cool.
Yeah, some of the old movies, so probably try and find something like that again. I think one year was Alien, which is a bit strange. Not really Christmas, but...
I wouldn't want that be too scary.
I've done that. I've done all the aliens.
Just watch or Star Trek or something like that, I mean. Just one of those challenges you set yourself, I think, to do over Christmas when you have a bit of downtime. But yeah, that's about it. There's nothing stand out.
Anyone have a preferred? No, they don't really get to go out much anymore when you've kids and all that type of stuff. But when you could go out and you didn't have kids and you didn't, did anyone have a preferred night to go out over the Christmas?
Probably between Christmas and New Year when it's not that busy, but go down to the local Morris's or something. They'd have the firelight and it's cool, lovely. Yeah.
What, like St. Stephen's night or?
No. Like in between the week, one of the nights in between that week.
Okay, one of the kind of lesser days, so to speak.
But Stephen's night used to be a massive night out too.
Massive,
when we were that bit younger,
Yeah,
definitely
potentially.
Stephen's night, Aaron, but
4 o'clock. Should we be in the pub at 4 o'clock on Stephen's Day? Yeah.
I used to really enjoy a pint on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, because you couldn't have too many pints and the pubs were, but you generally would run into people that you mightn't have seen in a long time, etc., etc. So for some reason, a pint on Christmas Eve for someone who wasn't particularly into Christmas, that would have been one of my highlights, so to speak, back in the day. Yeah. But New Year's Eve I've always found to be, even when it was much bigger than it is today, it was always, quite a letdown, so to speak.
Yeah.
Strange night, New Year's Eve. Yeah, we used to play music years ago in the pub on New Year's Eve. It'd be brilliant. And then the bell would go at 12 and then everyone's kind of looking around like, so, all right, okay. So, but it's a strange night, but yeah. we just stay at home now and have a bit of music. But
I think I'm usually asleep last couple of years. I don't think I've managed to make it to midnight.
we bring in the new year here with our hands
on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve, yeah.
I'd purposely avoid it. I'd pretend I was asleep if I wasn't.
Yeah.
That
remote, but but I'm like you, Niall. At the point on Christmas Eve, that's
and I will say that's one of the highlights for me at Christmas. If you run into people that you haven't seen in a long time, that you went to school with or whatever the case may be, and you get that kind of 10-15 minute conversation to find that is a bit of a highlight for me. Okay, so how's Christmas has changed, lads, for the better or the worse?
Yeah.
What do we think?
It's definitely become far more commercial.
Yeah.
And maybe less meaningful. Well, as we've said nearly already, Christmas just seems to be coming straight away after Halloween. I'd say next year they might even just skip Halloween and go straight to Christmas. But it's definitely becoming more commercial. Gifts, I think, are getting more expensive and bigger. It's I've noticed over the years where we've always done like a Kris Kringle thing between the family. You know what I mean? It starts out at €50. I think we're up in the 200 bracket now, and I can go on. Where's the stop, lads? Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely becoming a lot more commercially driven, and maybe less around the family aspect of it. But I think we're all grasping onto that as best we can. It's definitely changed a lot since we were kids. Like Christmas, probably because we were kids, was a bigger event for us. But it seemed like it only started a week or two before Christmas. We started seeing lights turning on. I suppose the 8th of December is
the 8th of December used to be kind of officially the start of it previously.
Yeah,
it's hard to know when it officially starts now.
Yeah.
They let all the country people up to Dublin, didn't they, on the 8th of December to do shopping.
Yeah, I do think I'd agree with Mike and Sean on that. You're seeing Christmas stuff so early now, and it's in your. By the time it gets there, you're kind of. If you're not particularly enthusiastic about it, it's like someone who comes to stay in your house and they're really nice, but like 5 or 6 weeks later, you'd want them to leave. You know what I mean?
But that's a good way.
But you know what I mean? It's like they could be someone you really like and they're good fun for their first weekend, but they're there 6 weeks later. It's time for you to go home. Piss off, type of thing. That's very much my kind of relationship with Christmas nowadays. That said, here's an interesting one for you. And again, I don't know, because I'm in the 20%, the 80% of people that look forward to Christmas. I'm in the other 20%. But I have found people who are very enthusiastic about Christmas. They almost find any critique or criticism or negativity, they almost treat it like a threat. It's almost like they don't want you to corrupt them with your bad thoughts about Christmas, which I find frustrating, but also a bit ironic, I suppose.
So that's your prerogative, like they shouldn't have anything to do with them, really. But interesting, yeah.
I don't know, but I don't think I don't think it's as much in your face over here as it is maybe at home.
Yeah,
I can quite easily avoid it. Well, I mean, I don't do Christmas shopping anyway, so it's I avoid all shops. There's no last minute purchases or things like that, like there used to be. But what is nice over here is they have really lovely Christmas markets, which I'll go to once, or take the kids to once, and you have your mull wine again, and it's nice. But then you just do it once and that's it, and then but you're not too much bombarded over here, but you still have neighbours who put out the lights at the end of November.
Yeah.
Already, and you're going. Yeah.
People get very competitive with the lights. A few houses around here are lovely now, but like, it's crazy the amount of stuff, the amount of lights. I mean, fair play to them. But I put up a little tree there yesterday. That's kind of my effort. Right now.
So are you feeling more pressure to follow the rest of them? Yeah. Like you see the neighbour out the ladder at the end of November sticking up the Christmas lights. You're going, oh, jeepers, do I have to start this now?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more events around Christmas as well. Like if you have younger kids, school events, school plays. I don't know. Was there as many of those when we were young? I
No.
don't think there was.
No. No, and you don't want, in fairness, you want the kids to enjoy it then. So, for sure.
There's a bit of
So, yeah.
causes there,
Okay.
So we think Christmas has changed for the worse then.
Well, the aspects that have changed about it potentially have changed for the worse, but possibly certain things that haven't changed. So the kind of perhaps they're still like they're the good bits, I suppose. So the fact that they haven't changed is probably what makes it good. So if it wasn't for Ashley and the kids and my family, I'd be giving Christmas probably 0 out of 10 or 0 out of 100. You know what I mean? So they're the positive bits for me, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But as we go, get slightly older, I suppose our perception of Christmas or our input to Christmas has changed. Really partaking. Yeah.
The flip side of being someone who doesn't enjoy Christmas is when it gets to January, I'm buzzing.
You must be the only man that likes January.
And everyone else is depressed.
Yeah.
I have that to look forward to,
Was it the 1st of January? Was it Blue Mondays? You go out celebrate.
Yeah, whereas most people are depressed in January, I'm hopping off the sod, because I don't have to look. Christmas is 12 months away at that stage,
You'll be up for a visit in January, so.
Yeah. Anyway.
Very good.
So you'd say you appreciate the family part of Christmas, though.
The simple things, Mike. The simple things, from yours, but they're always going to be there. So, that's.
So, Shawnee, what have we got planned then for 2026? Speaking about the new year, are we going to do a podcast number 4 or 5 or 6?
Yeah. Well, guys, we do one more podcast, and we're above the average of groups that crash and burn after podcast number 3. So, I think we're going to rock on and do podcast number 4 in 2026. If we're all still up for it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. And for 2026, we will have some guests, and we'll get the perspective of some other some friends on being middle-aged and midlife. I think we'll deep dive a little bit more into friendships. We'll take a look at cultures and how different cultures look at midlife.
Sounds like we're going to get serious.
Yeah, we're gonna
We'll be serious podcasters.
Serious
podcast.
And I can take off this stupid Christmas hat.
There'll be serious music going over the next one. Serious music.
And of course, music is a big part of our lives. So I think we'll maybe have a podcast or two where we deep dive a little bit more on music and how that brings us together and how it changes, how your taste changes the older you get. And I think that's pretty much it. That we can wrap it up on that in this Christmas episode.
So,
very good. So happy Christmas,
happy Christmas to everyone.
And happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas, and thanks to everybody for listening and for the comments. And we'll see you all for episode number 4 in 2026 in January.
Happy
All right.
Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And
Bye.
bug.
Suppose a ride is out of the question.
Down with this sort of thing. Careful now.